Do you ever wonder how toppers or people who consistently excel in their lives have an attitude to multitask or to be multi-talented in nature and they're able to manage everything in their life? Well, during my college days, when I used to get consistently good results and I used to top in every subject in my academic year, I also used to discuss with people about how I watched a good movie or the serials that I watched, or if I went out for a dinner or if I went out for shopping. And people used to be shocked to ask me of how I managed so many things at once. So that is what we will discuss today, and we will discuss the 80-20 rule of productivity, or the so-called Pareto Principle. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Noor, Saira, an endodontist and a part-time YouTuber. If you're new to my channel and haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so that you're notified every time I upload a video. So let us see how to get maximum results from very smaller efforts, or to basically put in less efforts and to get more results. So the principle of Pareto, or the concept of 80-20 rule, is that there are 20% of efforts or minor changes in your life that actually bring about the 80% of the results. That is, if you choose wisely your efforts, they bring about the major changes in life or the results in life. Similarly, vice versa, 80% of efforts at time can just bring about 20% of the results if the efforts are not used rightly. So how do we use this in our day-to-day life, and how do we use the Pareto principle of putting just 20% of the efforts and bringing about 80% of the results? Let me give you an example. First, a basic example to make you put across what I'm actually trying to say. So let us take example of two students here, or two people here. One is Jasmine and one is Rita. Now, Jasmine is somebody who was very dedicated, who's very hardworking, and she's always busy. She's always trying to make ends meet. And for example, she works also, she cooks for herself, and she manages other things as well. Whereas and she doesn't have fixed timetable, or she doesn't have a productivity plan for herself. Another person is Rita. Now Rita works with a plan. Now Rita is somebody who has a fixed working time. She works for 3 or 4 hours, and the rest of the time is for herself. She makes, she tries to do everything, and she's very productive in nature. Now, because Jasmine is busy the whole day, it may appear like she is more productive in nature because she's putting 80% of efforts, whereas Rita, since she's only working for 20% of the efforts, she might not be as productive as Jasmine, is what it seems to appear. But what Jasmine is doing is hard work, plain hard work, and it is just fetching her 20% of the results. But what Rita here is doing is smart hard work. So she is trying to bring about equal or more results with lesser efforts. That she's putting 20% of efforts to get about 80% of the results. So am I saying that hard work is bad? No, hard work is probably the main thing how you would try to achieve results. But how do I be more productive? How do I manage my other things better in a more productive way? Is that I'm able to do minor efforts to get the same result or to get more results. Now let me give you some examples of how this can be done. Now let me put this into 3 small life examples and make you understand of how you can actually apply this in your life. Now the first life example is that, for example, now I have to cook every day, and how do I manage to cook every day, even with my education and my studies and my YouTube channel? So if I go ahead and say that I buy the entire vegetables from the market, and I'm so dedicated that I will cut them myself, and I will find out the recipe myself, and I will cook it myself, I am putting too much efforts to get some results. Now what if I already buy cut vegetables from a market, and now I already know that I have cut vegetables? All I have to do is know the recipe, toss it into the cooker, and make my recipe or make my food. Now isn't that I am putting lesser efforts to get more results in my life? So I'm putting 20% of my efforts with cut vegetables, with already diced and cut vegetables, which I just have to cook. So this is the first example. So what happens is that because I already have cut vegetables or some amount of frozen peas and frozen corn for myself, now what happens here is that first of all, I am motivated to finish the work. Now, I don't have the boredom that I have to go ahead, cut the vegetables and then cook for myself. So ultimately the result is that I'm eating healthy. One rule of productivity. Second, I am not spending too much money outside on junk food. Second productivity. And third is, since I'm not eating junk food, I'm basically health conscious and I'm not putting on weight, and that again is motivational form or a booster, confidence booster for me. So this is how productivity basically works, and this will in turn give you a feel good factor to go ahead and complete all your other pending work. So this is first example. Now a second example, let us say for example, we know that in the examination, be it any examination, 80% of the questions usually come from 20% of the portions. Now, if you are smart enough and you first read that 20% of portions from your, you already get to know this 20% questions from your previous year questions, and you go ahead and read them in detail from your textbook. Now, you master them first. Now, you're already, since you've already mastered the 20% of portions, you are there for your 80% results. Now there are some students who do not want to know the important topic first and just randomly say, no, I am going to study everything, and I'm going to study from 2 or 3 books at once, and just before the exam, and I'm going to master them, and they panic during the exam, and everything is just everywhere. So that does not apply for productivity. So what would be the correct rule to apply here is that first you sit down smartly, finish off that 20% portions, because you know that this 20% portion is going to fetch you 80% of the results. Then if you still have time, you will sit and master or probably read the other 80% in lesser depth, so that now you have covered the entire ground, so that if this questions that commonly come from 20%, you're going to excel in them. And if the questions do drop from the 80% of the portions, you can write something there and come. So basically, you have mastered what you had to master. That's the productivity, but you're also prepared for the other things if random questions do tend to come. That's the second example. The third example. Now, there are multiple people who are preparing for entrance exam. For example, an MDS entrance exam. Now, we know that there are approximately 20 subjects for an MDS entrance exam, and it is humanly impossible to study what you studied in the last 4 years or in the last 5 years to sit and study in 1 year and to have the same intensity of in studying and to be able to remember or memorize everything. And it is humanly impossible that you sit down and accumulate information for all 20 subjects and make your own customized notes, and then you say, I'm going to ace the exam. So what would be the smart technique here? The smart technique here is that you basically get material which is already prepared, some trusted material which is already prepared at least for some difficult subjects. For example, let's talk about oral pathology and oral medicine. We know this is probably a very vast subject, and these two subjects, that's oral pathology and oral medicine, are interrelated in nature, but they're very, very vast, and it's very difficult to remember every single thing and the most common location of everything, where does it occur more commonly, the etiopathogenesis of everything, and sit down, make notes. And this is probably the subject which is most commonly asked in a bulk nature in the examination. Approximately 20% does come from oral pathology in NEET MDS. So what is the best thing to do is to get pre-prepared notes. For example, now I conduct oral pathology and oral medicine lectures, which I have made by aggregation of information from various subjects or various textbooks, and this is already a pre-prepared material, and since I have aggregated information from different places, all you have to do is sit down and watch them, and you have information available for you, and all you need to do is remember. So isn't this a form of a smart hard work? So if you watch one video a week, you spend 2 hours in a week, you are completing the oral pathology and oral medicine very smartly. Also that you're getting information from various important sources in one place, and you don't have to waste time sitting making your own notes. And the same time you can invest in other subjects. Don't you think you're putting yourself way ahead when compared to others in this competitive exam? Hence productivity. So this is how the 80-20% rule basically works. It is a flexible rule. It's basically how you understand it to increase the productivity. So I believe that when you put smaller, smart, consistent efforts, they do bring about long-term productive results. So I really hope that this video did bring some value to you and does make a difference in your life. Don't forget to watch the previous video, that is how to focus like a machine, and also the further coming videos. That there are 3 more videos remaining onto this series of secrets that toppers do not tell you. If you did like the video, please like, share and comment, and also share it with your friends. Have a good day and thank you. For more such videos, please like, share, follow and subscribe my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Instagram. Have a good day. Thank you.